Hello everyone, welcome to Laodang Sees the World. And these days the most popular topic in Chinese is Florida's legislation on prohibition of China and Chinese purchase of real property. On April 11, 2023, the Florida Senate passed the bill SB 264 prohibiting Chinese purchasing real estate in Florida. Let's see more details about the bill. The bill of SB 264 was filed by Florida Senators, Republicans Jay Collins and Brian Avila on March 2nd, 2023, which were submitted to State Judiciary Committee, and on April 11th, after somewhat amendment, and it was passed by 38 yes to 0 no's, and it will take effect since July 1st, 2023 after ratification by State House and the Governor. If nothing unexpected happened, the bill would be approved. For Florida House of Representatives also filed a bill that's HB 1355 at the same time and covered almost the same ground. Currently, it has been approved by State Appropriations Committee and submitted to State Affairs Committee. That's on this coming Wednesday, that's April 19th, that's tomorrow. A hearing will be conducted, and some Chinese residents in Florida has advocated to join in the hearing with voices of objection and amendment and to stop the passing or being effective on time. The SB 264 was an act relating to the interest of foreign countries, with total 27 pages and 12 articles. They separately are: the first, the Article 1, that contracting with entities of foreign countries of concern prohibited. The 7 countries include China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, and Syria. The Article 2 is economic incentives to foreign countries of concern prohibited. Article 3, as to the conveyance of foreign entities. 4 is as to the terms of agricultural and critical infrastructures. The Article 5 is a purchasing of agricultural land by foreign countries of concern prohibited. Number 6 is a purchase of the real property around the military installations and critical infrastructure facilities by foreign principals prohibited. Is Article 7, China and the Chinese people purchase of real property in Florida prohibited. In this Article 7, China and the Chinese people are singled out and not any other country or people. I will give more details about this. Article 8 is inapplicability of this part to real property for diplomatic purposes. Article 9 is about electrical health information exchange under subsection recorded and amended. Article 10 is a minimum licensure requirement. 11 is amendment to the definition of the threat and extortion. Article 12 is this act should take effect since July 1st, 2023. More details about Article 7, the prohibition on China and Chinese purchase of Florida real property. And this article singles out China, Chinese, and real property. Details are: the following persons or entities may not directly or indirectly own or acquire by purchase, by grant, devise, descent, or any interest in real property in the state, including the People's Republic of China, and China's Communist Party, and its officials and members, to its any members of other parties in China. 3 is a related partnership, association, company, organizations, or groups. 4 is any person who is domiciled in the People's Republic of China and who is not a citizen or lawful permanent residents of the United States. That's by the exception is any person or entity that whose total benefits that are less than 5% in a company or in the aggregate interest due to the share of equity. Any person or entity in prohibition, if a real property was purchased before July 1st, 2023, may still own it, yet may not continue to buy or acquire. Any person or entity who purchased a property before July 1st must register with Florida Department of Economic Opportunity, and a form should be established including the name of the real property and address, the parcel number of the property appraiser, and the legal description. And the person or entity who is late for registration will be fined for $1,000 daily and might lose the ownership of the property. Subsection 4, the person and entities that in prohibition may still own properties after July 1st, 2023 due to devise, descent, or stock interest or debt collection, yet the property will have to be sold, transferred, or given to the third party within 2 years, with the exception of some immunities. Article 5, when the purchase of property, an affidavit has to be filled and signed, not a person or entity in prohibition, and in compliance with the requirement in this section. The failure to obtain or maintain the affidavit does not affect the title or insurability of the title of the property. Subject the closing agent to civil or criminal charges unless knowing the truth of violation. The Florida Real Estate Commission should adopt rules to implement this section. If the property is in violation, it might be confiscated by state government. The Department of Economic Opportunities may initiate civil action in circuit court of the county to the property in forfeiture. Upon filing such action, the court clerk must record lease payments and advance the course on the calendar. The defendant may petition to modify or discharge of the violation. The court will give a final decision if violation certified. The Department of Economic Opportunities may sell the property. Any proceeds from the case should be first paid to the lien holder of the land, the fines related, and then to the property owner. The Department of Economic Opportunity may seek an ex parte order of seizure of the property if a defendant's presence constitutes a danger. Violation of this section may be a felony of the third degree. A closing agent in violation commits a misdemeanor of the first degree. The Department of Economic Opportunity should adopt rules to implement this section. The above is details of Florida Senate SB 264, a ban to Chinese buying houses in Florida, which is a concern to Chinese people mostly. As to the bill, my opinions of view are as follows. First, it is understandable that to set a limit for preventing overheated housing speculation or higher price, it is nothing wrong if some measures taken to all that foreigners or all non-residents. Yet, Article 7 at the bill SB 264 solely singled out China and Chinese. This is terribly wrong. That's a very dangerous signal and unconstitutional, for it is specified on certain race or group of people. It also reminds the Chinese Exclusion Act in 1882, an infamous discrimination only to Chinese immigrants, and also the murder case of Chen Guoren or Vincent Chen in 1982. This history of discriminating and bullying Chinese should not repeat again. It is inappropriate for some politicians in Florida to stir up the discrimination and racial hatred to Chinese and Asian people in the name of Sino-US clashes of interests. Number two is there are dozens of states in America, such as Texas, Georgia, Virginia, South Carolina, and South Dakota, all advocated some legislature on restrictions to Chinese purchasing the real property. The SB 147 in Texas was modified and deleted some unfair articles about the real property due to local Chinese residents' protest. The Florida Governor DeSantis, a Republican candidate for 2024 U.S. presidential election, before his campaign, he took China issue to make up his image that against China and for American interests, to make sensation by radical anti-China speech and legislation for more votes and for political purposes. By statistics, among the 21 million acre farmlands in Florida, only 6% was purchased by foreign entities. And China's percentage is even smaller. And Florida is not the first priority for Chinese investment in real estate. Florida rallied and rushed in legislation against the Chinese purchasing of real property that revealed political speculation of some Republican politicians. That currently in some Florida state universities, certain apps like TikTok, QQ, and WeChat have been banned already. Fourth is as to SB 264, and many Americans expressed their support and hoped other states to follow, and some of them in favor of DeSantis running for U.S. president and winning some ballots. And in Chinese circle, in some support voice could be also heard. A few Americans doubted whether this is a good legislation or not. And most Chinese objected to such a bill like this. They believe that once the Pandora box opens, there would be serious consequences and harm to the civil rights of any American Chinese in the future. That everyone is born equal and against any kind of discrimination. And this is the principle of America as a nation of freedom and democracy. Fight for your own rights and join in the protest. And give your support against the Florida Bill SB 264 and HB 1355. Your voice and your presence will defend your own rights that you deserve. Above is today's program, and thank you for your joining in, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.